I'm Sally Hosaini and I'm a filmmaker. So most of my background has been learning on the job. I didn't go to a conventional film school, and the first job that I managed to get was working on Middle East documentaries because I spoke Arabic, so that was my way in. Everybody told me that it would be impossible to get into fiction, that nobody ever made the jump from factual to fiction. And I was determined, because I knew from the beginning I wanted to direct and write and direct, that I'd do that. And so I managed to get a job on the first ever Yemeni feature film as a production coordinator. I was a script editor at BBC Drama for a few years, and then reached the point where the pain of not making my first film was greater than the pain of just doing it. So decided to stop working for other people and to back myself finally. So my first feature was My Brother the Devil, and what I'm most proud of is that it's a truly independent film, and I think it's quite rare nowadays to have a truly independent film that manages to break through and do well on the festival circuit and to be appreciated by audiences. A script is a blueprint. It should never be seen as the film, because the script's not the film. And there's that, in that space in between the script and the film, I think that a director needs to relax and enjoy that moment and allow themselves to be spontaneous. When we recce'd the location, I saw this tree and it made me think of Mo, and I suddenly fell in love with the location and went back to that location at different times of day to just take in the atmosphere. That tree kept making me think of him, and I came up with this idea of him being in the tree with his knife, and it's quite a poetic sequence that allows us into his interior world and a dreamlike sequence of what it feels like to be a child. Filmmaking is just a series of challenges that keep coming at you that you don't expect, and I love challenges. There's nothing like a challenge to give you fire and to make you really fight for the film that you feel needs to be made. So I celebrate no's and have had so many more rejections and no's coming up because I've DIY'd things. So every time I have an obstacle, you know, I just remind myself that that's what gives me my fire, and it's something to fight against. BAFTA Elevate has been fantastic for me. It's been a platform, it's reminded people that I exist. I was selected for a directing fellowship at Universal Studios, and I'm sure that was partly the fact that there was a press release for BAFTA Elevate and I was on there. So really it's profiling you to the industry and putting a little spotlight on you, which is always helpful. The best part of the Elevate experience for me has been meeting the other filmmakers, getting to know the folks at BAFTA, who are really good people. I'm now on the BAFTA Film Committee, so I think I've definitely tightened my relationships with BAFTA and with the other filmmakers and with folks in the industry who've very generously given of their time to come and speak to us. The hope is that diversity is not just a hashtag that's fashionable at the moment, but that real change can be achieved. Schemes like BAFTA Elevate are so important for that, because there are a lot of new talent schemes, but there's not really something that allows people who've already had that break or made one thing to take their careers to the next level and to develop a career in the industry. So that's where Elevate is well placed to give an extra little push.